I am super happy that we had all of them here. We got some tips, we got some insights. And now what I'm going to do is what I call my little coaching moments. And these are just sort of like the commercial breaks, okay? So we're going to take a commercial break right now. And I'm just going to give you a couple of tips. And the first thing that I want to do is I actually want to share a fun tool. Oops, am I going the wrong way? Yeah, sorry. There we go. So I want to share a little fun tool that I found every morning. I can't remember who even introduced this to me, some millennial out there, because it's written by millennials, the Skim, okay? And I am not a millennial, but I love the Skim, by the way, and I love what they have done in partnering up with one of my favorite all-time journalists, who's a little bit more in my age category, Katie Couric. So I've looked up to Katie Couric from the Today Show since I was a little girl. But they have put together these, what do they call them? Sharing the secrets of our success. And they're profiling successful women, all different kinds of women. I've seen some on athletes, I've seen some on corporate executives, you know, all kinds of definitions of success. And they're profiling them, and they're having them just tell their story. So kind of like with our panel today, I thought it was a good follow-up to that. This is a good tool to remind you when you're having those days where you just need to like hear it from somebody else, or maybe even just hear that someone else is going through the same stuff that you're going through. Go ahead and reflect back on a tool like this. So we're going to watch a short video. It's about 5 minutes. Let's see if we can you guys get that going for me?
Ever wonder how some of the best and brightest made it to where they are? Behind every successful woman is the story about getting there and their journey to the top. So I'm teaming up with the Skim to learn and share the secrets of their success.
When I look back at my career, there have been several points where I literally felt lost. I didn't know what I should do.
So, welcome to my closet. Today I'm very excited. I'm interviewing Eva Chen at the Instagram headquarters here in New York. So I've got to up my shoe game because, as you probably know, she posts her shoes every day on her feed. So, maybe these, because I actually bought them on Instagram. Hey lady, need a lift?
Hi.
How are you?
Let's do this.
How are you? So we wanted to kind of get a typical day in your life.
Let's do it.
What time do you get up in the morning?
Oh gosh. Well, with 2 kids, I get up usually between 5:45 and 6:15.
Wow.
I have human alarm clocks. I usually hear, "Mommy!" We eat breakfast together. Well, I caffeinate and they eat breakfast.
Yeah. Do you do any exercise?
We tend to do team workouts because I realized if I have to go to the gym on my own, I'm never going to go. So my coworkers and I all work out together once or twice a week. And that's like our fun kind of team bonding.
Do you freak out about what you're going to wear every day, Eva?
I don't freak out about what I'm going to wear because
you look very cute, by the way.
You.
But you have become known for your shoes.
Every morning on my way to work, I take a shoe shot. I've not taken one yet today.
Well, look, let's do it, woman.
Let's do
Come
it. On. Watch out, Anna Wintour.
Dude, we did it.
Yeah. Here we are. Okay. Welcome, Katie.
Wow. Wow.
We are rolling out the Instagram carpet. Can we do a selfie?
Definitely. So, you have smoothies? Oh, that looks delicious.
This is another photo stop, and it's a green wall. It's like a living plant wall, so all the plants are real.
What does the job exactly entail?
My job is to work with designers, stylists, models, photographers, magazines, everything that touches the fashion world. A lot of people will say, like, well, I don't want to post too much because I want to be mysterious. I want to be a cool fashion person. And it's like, if you're not posting content, there's no content for people to see. They can't like it, and you can't grow your following.
And why do you think Instagram is such an appealing platform for so many people?
I mean, I think fundamentally we are visual, like, beings. Like, everyone loves and can understand something when they see it in a photograph form.
How do you help teenage girls who say, gosh, it just makes me feel bad about myself?
It's hard to be a teenager. And the message I always had when I worked at Teen Vogue was like, You have to find your passion and find what makes you happy and then like dive into that. Don't worry about what other people say.
Skim the perfect Instagram post.
Number 1, natural light is always great and flattering. Number 2, you feel like you're in a place with someone or you feel like you're experiencing something. And number 3, I would say, is authenticity and just being yourself. And when you are yourself, that is the best Instagram photo of all.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, welcome to the roof. I grew up just a few blocks away from here, actually.
Where were your parents from?
My parents are from Shanghai and Taipei.
And why did they come to the U.S.?
They came to the U.S. as I think a lot of immigrants do, and obviously that's something that's relevant right now, like the hope and kind of opportunity to give your kids a better life. And now as a parent myself, I understand that.
What was your childhood like?
I mean, I was a bookworm. I was really shy. Like, I didn't speak English perfectly for a little while because Chinese was my first language.
You were pre-med at Johns Hopkins.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew? I know. I was on the pre-med track and I had to like work so hard to get average grades. It was like fitting a square peg in a round hole.
What did your parents say when you decided, I don't want to be a doctor, Mom and Dad?
I think they didn't talk to me for a very long time, which was difficult. And when I worked in magazines, like they just saw how happy I was. And I think they were happy for me ultimately. Yeah.
One of your first jobs in magazines was as a beauty stylist,
Yeah.
which probably wasn't your ultimate goal. But what did that teach you about seizing the opportunity?
I think it's really important to say yes to opportunities. Even if you're not sure if it will expand your skill set and teach you something new, you should do it.
What was your biggest setback and how were you able to bounce back?
For me, when I look back at my career, there have been several points where I literally felt lost. So for me, the way I've always come out of something like that is by talking to people. Like
No
I said,
man is an island.
No man is an island.
Or
No
woman.
woman is an island. And I think that's really important to remember. It's like, turn to your community and don't be afraid to ask people for help or for advice, because that's really what's gotten me out every single time.
Why is this such an exciting time to be a woman in your view?
Because women are speaking up. They are speaking the truth, so you can live anywhere and connect with a woman going through the same experience as you, and it's made the world a smaller and more powerful place.
What is your best advice for getting there?
Just keep asking questions. It's a constant journey. Like your own career, it might be twisty and turny and take you on a million different detours, but that's something to be celebrated.
Where do you go from here?
Hopefully I'll go home and go to sleep, like, and hug my children. Like, professionally, who knows? I mean, my whole career has not been mapped. But wherever I go, it'll be reflective of my passion at the time.
You've been so nice. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you for coming and visiting me and eating ice cream and hanging out and doing selfies with me. It's been really fun.
All right, so maybe a little bit cheesy, but I think some really good takeaway moments from that, right? Just like the panel that we heard earlier today, it's the stories. Some of it's going to resonate with you, some of it's not. When I started watching that, I was like, oh, the shoe thing, not my thing. I'm not a shoe girl. But there were some really good nuggets of information in there, so let's capture those, right? I love the fact that she talked about doing group workouts. We just talked about that. We talked about you don't ever have the time in a 24-hour day. I think it was Laura who said that. You got 8 hours to sleep, you got 8 hours or 12 to work. When do you have time to do it? So why not? Get your group together at work. Do the workout there. I also loved what Eva said about not fitting a square peg in a round hole. We heard the story from our panelists earlier today over and over again. They were on a journey. There was no straight-up career ladder. There was no path that was defined for them. In fact, several of them even said, just like Eva said, I thought I wanted to be this when I was a little girl, when I was growing up, and look where I've turned out to be. And that's okay. Seize the opportunities as they come and let your passions guide your career. I think we heard that, countless times again this morning as well. I can speak for myself there as well. I don't think that 3, 4, or 5 years ago, I would have thought I'd be standing up here doing a Women's Leadership Summit. I thought I would be, following that HR career path kind of more traditionally. But you got to let your passion drive you and follow it where it takes you. The career is not mapped, same kind of thing. And I love what she said about no woman is an island. And again, that's why we're here together today, to hear each other's stories, to share in each other's successes, And ultimately, I forget who said it on the panel, but we've got to prop each other up and we've got to bring each other along. Don't be your own worst enemy. Don't be that woman, who was it that was given the example about the woman leader who you're either in the camp or you're not in the camp. Don't be that person. We can't do this alone.